Hello, welcome to this lecture series on digital electronics. So in this lecture series, we are going to see the basics of digital electronics. This is Dr.G.Arthy from SNS College of Engineering. So first, before entering into what is digital electronics, we need to know the two major types of signals. One is analog signal and the second one is digital signal. So what is an analog signal? A signal that varies continuously with respect to time and amplitude is known as an analog signal. Signals which are discrete with respect to time and amplitude are known as digital signals. So if you see these two clocks, the clock on the right side is an analog clock and this is a digital clock. So hopefully you might have understood what is analog and what is digital. Now if you see these two signals, this signal is an analog signal. It is continuously varying with respect to time. And this is a digital signal. So here you see only time instances are being calculated. Only at specific time instances the signal is being measured or traced, or we can even say as the analog signal is being sampled. So what is the difference between analog and digital signal is clear to you. Now what is digital electronics? Digital electronics is a field of electronics that involves the study of digital signals and the engineering of devices that use or produce them. So when a digital signal needs to be processed, we need to give the signal to a digital system. So analog signal has to be converted to digital signal using an analog to digital converter, and then it has to be given to a digital system. So this digital system deals with digital electronics, or even we can say as digital logic circuits, the circuits or the system which is used to process a digital signal. Now let us see what is the difference between an analog signal and a digital signal. Though there are n number of advantages of digital signals over analog signals, I have classified here few important things. One is analog signal is continuous in nature and digital signals are discrete in nature. Troubleshooting of analog signals is difficult, but troubleshooting of digital signals are quite easy. An analog signal is usually in the form of a sine wave. And if we see the digital signal, it is either on or off. So when a waveform is drawn between on and off, then it looks something like a square wave. Then analog signals are easily affected by noise, but digital signals are very less prone to noise. Analog signal uses continuous values to represent the data. Digital signal uses discrete values to represent the data. Accuracy of analog signals is less. It is because it is affected more by noise. Comparatively, the accuracy of digital signals are very good because it is highly immune to noise. Analog signals may be affected during data transmission, but digital signals are not affected or less affected during data transmission. Analog signals are less reliable. Digital signals are highly reliable. Similarly, the repeatability of the outputs through digital systems is good when compared to analog systems. And few examples are resistors, capacitors, inductors, etc. Components like transistors, logic gates, and microcontrollers were used to design a digital system. So hopefully you might have seen the advantages of digital systems, signals, and this is the reason why we are more interested or keen on learning a digital system design or digital electronics that deals with digital signals. So hopefully you might have understood what is meant by an analog signal, what is meant by a digital signal, and what is digital electronics, and the difference between an analog signal and a digital signal. So coming to the assessment point, this is VR assessment. Just you can think of some devices which are digital in nature. Nowadays, most of the devices are digital in nature. We prefer digital systems nowadays. And you can give some examples for analog signal devices too. So now you see here I have mentioned some analog and digital devices. So can you identify which are the devices which are analog in nature and which are the devices which are digital in nature? So if you see the memory card, mobile, laptop, camera, all these are digital devices. You see the old phone, telephone, or the old TV, not the TV which is coming nowadays, the old one which is using CRT, amplifier, all these are analog in nature. So hope we might have understood the difference between analog and digital signals and analog systems and digital systems. This is the basic of digital electronics. Thank you.